In the yearbook, you talk about the Merlin method. Can you talk about more about what this is? And I've heard about reverse engineering for goals, where you have a goal and then you figure out what you need to do in order to accomplish the goal. How does the Merlin method both be the same as that and differ from that, if at all?
Okay, long question there. So in the yearbook, we talk about the Merlin method, and I think you're asking like, what is it and how does it relate or differ from reverse engineering? So it's in there. It's on page 16, um, and it's a big summary of the Merlin method, and it comes down to a couple of pieces. Most people are thinking, well, how could we maybe make that happen? Right? Does that land? So normally reverse engineering is like, how could we make that happen? How could we get to that result? The core difference of the Muller method is you start from a future where it has happened. Not maybe, not might have absolute certainty that result was produced. And then you're tracking these pathways back. There's a nice visual of those again on page 18, right? So most people start here and they try and go forward, or they think this is the past and we're going into the future. Here we actually reverse that, and this is the future we want to create. And we look at all the ways we could create that. And then we look at those sequences and parallel activities that make the result the same. So it is related to reverse engineering. But the fundamental difference is this magical thinking, this creativity element of going, that happened. Who did we have to change and become? What were the things that had to happen? And then we're applying that moment by moment by moment by moment. Often with reverse engineering, people do it once and then they sort of carry on the plan. Whereas the Merlin method is a moment by moment activity, day by day activity, having that bright North Star we're heading towards, and then we are reverse engineering that success. But there's a mindset switch, an identity switch, where we are coming from a place of it's completed, and then we are taking those steps, knowing that and with that confidence. Now, most people actually don't even do reverse engineering success. They have a goal and they try and go after it, versus this real thing of applying mathematical principles, of probability, correlation, causation, imputation theory. It's all very complicated. In the yearbook, we keep it super simple because we want you to get clear about, I'd love that outcome and how we feeling. And then inside of that space of knowing we've got that result, how can we make it happen? You were around when I published the Five Connections book this year, well, last year actually, the Five Connections. And we had a vision of, okay, it's the 9th September, I'm handing this out to people at my live event. And we thought through what were the things that had to happen. And you could call that reverse engineering. But we then took further steps to make it more and more complete. And it became a committed outcome.